Well, good afternoon. Welcome to BEAU'D Not Broken. I'm BABKA. I am flying solo today, and hopefully I'm not too close and too far away. I'm at a friend's beautiful home, house watching, and there might even be a little Nike dog that runs around here once in a while too. Want to thank our guests that have been on prior. Hopefully we're on. I think we're on. I think we're good. I think we're heading that way. Yeah, we're live. Want to thank our guests. We had a problem today with guests, 3 of them. They were sick today, so it's me solo. I know Bernie Sanders is talking right now live here in Salt Lake City up at This Is the Place Monument. And I think John Kasich is here. So I thought it would be very appropriate to talk a little bit about politics as I see them. I'm coming to you from Sandy, Utah, in the same valley as Salt Lake City, this is pretty close to. I mean, there's 1 million people in Salt Lake County, and so kind of an interesting culture, interesting dynamic, and things like that. Before I get into some political things, before I get into what I really wanted to say today, this is BEAU'D Not Broken. This is all about the Bend, where we talk about faith, courage, and endurance, and how that relates to all of us. And we've had people on the program that come in and talk about the different things in their lives that have been impactful and that have challenges that have helped them grow and learn. And hopefully you're learning as I am learning. This show is all about you. Today, it's still about you, but it's also something, a little departure. We'll get back to our regular schedule. We have all of our days booked next week, and hopefully we can have those guests that were sick this next week. What I wanted to start out with was, and hopefully you'll hang with me, I wanted to start out with the poem If, because I think during this time and what we talk about on the show, it's really important to read this to you. So bear with me, and those of you that are watching on tape, I'm sure you'll bear with me, but those that might be watching live, please bear with me, because it's one of those things that I think it's really important to talk about, because it's pretty appropriate. Anyway, it's called If by Rudyard Kipling, and it was written many, many years ago. And let me just start. It says, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself, trust. Does that have anything to do with BEAU'D Not Broken? Trusting in yourself, believing, having faith in yourself. When all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired of waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good, nor talk too wise. Too wise. Let me back up. And yet, don't look too good, yet nor talk too wise. I think that's pretty important. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear or hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves, K-N-A-V-E-S, which means dishonest men. So let me back up. And treat triumph and disaster, those two impostors, just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth, yours spoken, twisted by knaves, to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to, broken and stomp, and build them up with worn-out tools. If you can make a heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone. And so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will, the courage, the will, which say to them, hold on. And the final paragraph, remember, this is If by Rudyard Kipling. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of a distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. And I put in there a daughter as well. If, the poem, if you can keep your head about you, if you can have the courage to go on when people may think that you're a fraud or whatever it might be. This poem is perfect for the people that we talk to and the people that we're going to talk to and everybody out there. It's important for people to hear that. We've heard from people that have been devastated by illness, by political issues, by family issues, whatever it might be. I think it's important. We can learn from the poem If. So I'm going to post, I'll post If on my Facebook page and other things, and so you can get a look at that. The reason why I wanted to at least show you or talk about this poem was because it's a political season. And I said in my opening, again, this is BEAU'D, Not Broken. It's called The Daily Bend, this show. And typically we have guests, but today it's just me. I am Beau from BEAU'D, Not Broken, and it's a little play on a name. And the reason why it's BEAU'D, Not Broken is because a few years ago I was going through a tremendous amount of problems, which we all go through. And everybody told me I was broken. And there was a day when I looked at all of them and I said, nope, I'm not broken. I'm bent. I'm bowed. And play on my name instead of a BOW or a beautiful bow that has an arrow that shoots straight or shoots however you want it to. A bow is just that manifestation of us and how we can bend and be malleable in situations if we can balance faith and courage and endurance in our lives. It's a political season. If there's one thing I can do is appeal to all of you out there, wherever you are, to vote. You don't know me very well, but I have run 3 major elections and I have lost all 3 of them. I ran for sheriff twice. I ran for Congress once. They were, without a doubt, the most amazing experiences of my life. I got to meet thousands and thousands of people and talk about their issues and their problems. For a problem solver, you can see why problem solvers go into politics or try and go into politics. I realize we have a political climate in our country, in the world, in our state here of Utah, in our county of Salt Lake, that sometimes people get very, very disappointed in. I would hope to appeal to all of you, those of you that have never voted before, those of you that have never been politically active before. Here in Utah, we're having caucuses next week. I would hope that as many people will go to those caucuses, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a Martian, but you're an American, you're a Utahn, whatever it is, I would hope that you would go. The problem that we have in this country is complacency. I mentioned that I ran for office 3 times. Nothing like Donald Trump, but I was able to get more people to register to vote and to vote. I would say I had the popular vote, if you were, at least with people that didn't vote, especially someone that I ran as a Democrat in Utah County and other counties. I ran for Congress. I got 38% of the vote. And at that time, against Chris Cannon, who was the representative, the congressional representative, I got 38% of the vote. 38% of the vote as a Democrat in Utah, in the most conservative district in the country and the most conservative state in the country. So, what does that tell you? Well, I still lost, but there was more of an appeal. Again, I'm not a Donald Trump, but someone that's not a politician getting involved in a race and people really kind of getting excited. I couldn't do it financially as well as Chris Cannon at the time. I didn't have the money, but it goes to show you that a nobody somebody can go out there and run and give somebody a good run for their money. It's not over, folks. If you get involved, if you vote, if you just vote, that will be a help. If you get involved in other processes within the government, that's great as well. I hope it's not going to take a revolution to change what's going on in America. And to finish my point, being involved in the political process, whether you're an elected official or a potential elected official, or you're a ledge chair, or you're running for school board, or you're running for the water district, or whatever you're running for, it is an honor and a privilege, but it also takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of energy, and you're putting yourself out there like no other. As I read in If by Rudyard Kipling, that's the significance of this poem, is that those people are putting themselves out there. And nationally, whether you like Bernie, you like Hillary, you like Donald, you like Ted, you're whatever, you like whoever it is, they're putting themselves out there. I would only ask, and I'd only submit to you that you get involved in the process as well and vote. I just turned off the TV and Bernie was talking about the worst voter turnout in the country. We in Utah have a bad voter turnout, but in the United States we have a very bad voter turnout. Let's turn that around. Why is that important? Because we are the ones that affect change. We're the ones that affect policy. If you are just to merely vote, again, I'm not asking you to get involved on a broad sense, in a huge sense. I'm asking you to get involved, and we have a privilege to vote in this country. And whoever you want to win as let's take the presidential election. I hope that you'll go out and vote. You'll go to the caucuses, you'll vote in the primary here in Utah, and all the other primaries around the country. There are people that are voting as well. Please vote. Please be involved in the process. I'm not going to make you feel guilty. You know, the typical saying, well, if you don't vote, you don't have a say. Don't want to turn you off by saying something like that. What I want to do is turn you on to voting, to getting involved. Register to vote. Vote for something. Vote for school board. Vote in the general elections. Vote for president as we're coming up here. Vote, vote, vote. I am a product of people saying they will vote and they'll register to vote, but they didn't. Popularity was great. Voter turnout for me was not good for all three races. I lost them. And I really, to this day, don't know why. Maybe people just didn't see me as an elected official. And that's okay. That's okay. But the experiences I had and the people that I was able to maybe motivate to get involved in the political process, it was worth it. It was well worth it. My children understand the political process. They understand what it's like to campaign. And I truly don't believe, there's a lot of anger out there and a lot of anger at some of the candidates. I will always believe that when somebody gets involved in running for a political office, their motivations, whether it's the beginning or the middle of the end of their term, or maybe not getting elected at all, they have the best of intentions. We have a political process that needs to change, yes, because it's horribly tainted. I guess that's the best word I could use. It's corrupt in some cases. But the reason people run for office is because they care and they want to make a difference. So whether you're going to run for office, you are running for office, or you are a regular American citizen, register to vote. Register to vote and vote. Vote, look at the issues, look at the candidates, get involved. That's a great way. I know life is tough, life is fast-paced, you have children, grandchildren, jobs, all that kind of stuff. But if you were to take a little bit of your time, register to vote, look at the candidates, look at the issues, and then vote, actually vote, I think you would feel a little bit better about the process. Now, whether your candidate wins or all your candidates win or lose, it doesn't matter. You have a play, you have a say in the process. If you don't vote, who knows? You might inspire a family member to register and vote. You might inspire other people around you to register and vote. So, without killing this whole little show, this is the only way I'm going to get political. This show is about talking about people's challenges and how they've gotten through them or how they're trying to get through them. This is about people helping people. And that's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to read If by Rudyard Kipling, and I wanted to talk about those that are in the political world that are running. I believe they're all good. Yes, they can be tainted, and maybe they are, but I have to believe that they're doing the right thing for the right reasons. And I also want to believe that people want to vote and get involved in the political process for those good reasons as well. So simple message, but obviously it took me 20 minutes to get through it. But I think it's really important. I was thinking today, when I think maybe the guests, it's an important day here in Utah. We have 4 or 5 candidates here in Utah for president. And it's an important day here, and they're all over the TV. They're all over this valley and a couple valleys north and south at rallies. And so I felt it was important to just get at least political enough to urge you to register to vote and vote. It'll make you feel good. It'll make you feel BEAU'D. It'll make you feel good. It might even put a little more faith in the system. And that's why this year is so odd and yet so exciting. You have people that haven't been politicians before. You have people that are kind of political outcasts in some way, and they have traction. Now, whether you like them or not, they're there. And I hope that you'll vote, you'll register to vote and vote, irregardless of whether you like them all or don't like one or whatever it might be. It's important. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Shorter than usual message, shorter than usual time here on BEAU'D Not Broken. Our shows are put up on my website, which is BEAU'DNotBroken.com. That's BEAU'D, N-O-T, not broken, BROKEN.com, all one word. And this is the Daily Bend. And I just appreciate everyone's input, getting great feedback from people. If you're out there and you're watching and you're a business or you're a person that would like to sponsor an amazing movement, I can say it as many times, but I am hearing it from people, and I'll actually have people come on and talk about it. This is a great venue for people to talk about and help people through their challenges, something that it gives them an opportunity to be a voice, and for you out there to listen to some of the things, something might resonate with you and help you through a problem or a success, like the poem says, like a triumph. It's important. I think this is important, and we're going to continue to do this show. But if you're someone out there that would like to sponsor this show, I would love to talk to you. Message me or call me. My phone number is all over. There's messaging there. We want to make this as big time as we possibly can. I know we're little time right now and little production, but I really appreciate everybody watching, continuing to watch, and all the comments. If you have questions, comments, and there's ways I can network you to people that have been on the show or potentially are going to be on the show to maybe talk to them and help them in a more intimate way, that's what this is for. So feel free to contact me if you want to get in contact with anybody that's been on the show. Remember, it's all about the Ben. It's all about you. It's all about people helping people. The guests that we have on hopefully will impact your life and help you to understand that you are not alone. You're not alone. You matter, and that there are people out there that are willing to help you, that have gone through the same things that you have gone through. I don't mean to point at you, but I guess I'm trying to give this a real point, the political point, no, a real point. You're not alone. You may think that you are alone, but there are people that have gone through some of the ills and the problems that you have gone through that might be able to help you, might say something, show you something, do something that might change your mind, because you really are not alone. The only way you're alone is if you don't tell anybody about it. And again, on this show, we don't show a highlight reel of people's lives, meaning we show them the down and dirty, the raw, the issues that they've been faced with. So there's no judgment, there's no viewing their highlight reel. We have a problem as human beings. We look at people and we think, oh my gosh, they're wonderful, they're dressing fine, everything must be great in their life. There's always something going on. Anyway, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday. I think we'll be coming to you from Logan. We're going to take a little field trip up to northern Utah, Logan. We're going to talk to a wonderful woman up there, and I'll promo that show probably this weekend sometime. But anyway, go register to vote and vote. Get involved in the political process. It may not be what you want it to be right now, but it is what it is right now, and you can change it. A few good people can change the course of this nation, of this state, of whatever it might be. I'm still optimistic that that can happen. Again, it's all about the Bend. Take care. Questions and comments to us. Have a great weekend.